Hi, my name is Felicia Jenkins, and I'm here to talk to you about mainstream culture. So, according to the dictionary, mainstream culture, also known as popular culture, is defined as the common current throughout the majority. This means that mainstream is always changing, and changing very rapidly due to A, the number of people that belong to this culture, and B, the variety of influences. As of right now, there really isn't a symbol to represent mainstream culture. There are a few common opposites of this culture, such as subcultures, countercultures, and cults. Mainstream culture can include anything from the popular song of the week, your favorite leisure activity, the sports you enjoy watching, or the entertainment you prefer. When we break it down to American mainstream culture, we think of all-American anything. From cheeseburgers and popcorn to graduating college and owning a house. A very important topic of this culture is the American dream, of attending college, graduating with a degree, and prospering at your workplace. Ultimately, being able to afford the middle to upper class lifestyle. In recent years, studies have concluded that the American dream is no longer possible, but that's still debatable. I personally surveyed a few students who expressed both negative and positive outlooks on the possibility. As far as achieving the American dream, I think mainstream culture is still split on that topic. Today, a majority of the mainstream culture listens to songs classified as rap, hip-hop, R&B, and pop. Although popular music is always changing, even as often as daily, it typically revolves around those genres. Music plays an important part in many people's lives, from a stress outlet to a career. Therefore, it has an overwhelming influence on people, be it a negative influence or positive. A main influence of mainstream culture is the media. Today, whether it be the tabloids, social media websites, or television, everyone is being exposed to some aspect of the media. Celebrities also have a big influence on mainstream. We see famous people on TV using the newest technology, and suddenly everyone has to have it. Our friends all start wearing our hair one way, and you better learn that hairstyle. Some people may consider this as being a follower or hipster, but it's mainly the majority of a population seeing something, accepting it, and then wanting it as their own, which is perfectly normal. When considering mainstream values, Americans have a long history of disagreements, even of basic values. Common values have definitely evolved from years ago. Today, everything can be summed up into 4 principles. Number 1, do not harm others. And this is a given. People today have a strong hate for war, violence, and abuse. Number 2, you are free to do what you like. Of course, assuming that whatever you like stays within the limits of legality. That's the beauty of freedom we brag so often about. Number 3, you must tolerate the behavior of others who do what they like while not harming others. This aspect can be a bit challenging for many, but it's a basic norm that is taught from a young age. And number 4, pursue wealth both for yourself personally and for the society as a whole. Everyone wants to be successful wherever you go. This isn't limited to the mainstream culture or even America. Anything can become a norm as long as it's accepted by the majority of citizens. Some people will argue that mainstream isn't healthy for society, but more commonly society's youth. Since the media is a main influence of the culture, that obviously has an unbelievable influence on young people due to their usage of social media websites, watching television, and even listening to mainstream music. Studies are showing that sites like Facebook and Twitter are becoming overpowering to some individuals. maybe even becoming an addiction. Others claim that listening to some mainstream artists could promote usage of drugs, alcohol, and violence. Celebrities, whom many people idolize, are known to have perfectly sculpted bodies. Many young girls seek ways to obtain the look themselves. Bulimia and anorexia are diseases in which society is commonly blamed for. Many people view this culture as being dangerous and toxic. So before I wrap things up, I just want to conclude why I chose mainstream culture. When I first was told to decide which culture I belonged to, I was absolutely stuck on what exactly I really fit into. I honestly couldn't think of anything at the time, and finally realized that mainstream was in fact a culture that I can consider myself a part of. More importantly though, I think everyone can relate to some aspect of mainstream culture, whether it be the music you listen to, the sports or TV shows you watch, or the clothes you wear. I thought that was a really interesting aspect, especially because some cultures I can't relate to in the least bit. So really, you always belong to some culture, whether you realize it or not. These are the sources that I used. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and thank you.